Hi and welcome to At the Wheel. This is, I guess, an end of year update video to give you a bit of a look back and what's happened this year, obviously the start of the channel and the videos that have gone out, and a look forward to what I want to do, my plans for, I suppose, 2021, and to get your thoughts on the channel, where you think I should head, what I should cover, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's talk about it. Now the first thing is, obviously, this year, as of 2020, the channel started, and I started it with the Renault E-Tech launch event, which I went effectively on behalf of my friend Chris, who runs Totally EV. There'll be a link to him in the description down below. Now, that was a great event. It was a great way to get started at, reviewing cars. Although I guess what you might call some important prep work. I actually reviewed my car, my 2013 S4, a number of times before I went to the Renault event, so that I could have an understanding of what sort of shots work for cars, what sort of, I guess, on-camera style works best, and that sort of thing. So I did my homework, did my prep, and I think it turned out okay. That video seems to do rather well, so that's great. And hopefully, as of 2021, eventually when COVID lifts, I can start going to more in-person events like that one and get more coverage like that and build relationships with brands directly so that I can start reviewing their cars rather than necessarily exclusively doing guides and tips and how-tos and that sort of stuff. Now with that said, I do still want to do more guides and tutorials, how-tos, explained, that sort of stuff in the future. It's something that I do on my sort of main channel, TechTeamUB, quite a lot, and it works out pretty well. But I would like to include more, car reviews directly. I guess I want to do, on the more used car side of things, the Should You Buy series. So like I did with the Mini and like I did with my friend's 5 Series. I think that's quite a slightly more unique look at how to review a car rather than just, 5 Series review. But I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think of that sort of, approach and sort of framing, if you like? And what do you think of the videos so far? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Moving forward, I have a couple of ways that I want to start getting car reviews up on the channel. The first one is probably the most immediate, which is effectively just hiring or renting cars for a day or two, having a drive around with them, filming them, and doing all of my usual in-car stuff. Which I appreciate is going to be an interesting one, but I think it will give me a good way to get access to relatively new cars without necessarily having to get them from the manufacturers directly, and for relatively little cost. I'm not having to buy the cars or anything or lease them. I'm just, renting them for a day or two or whatever. And so I think that will be an interesting way to go about that. Otherwise, I've had a number of offers, I suppose, from you lovely people, which I hope to take you up on. I would really, really like to do, like I said in the Discord, a sort of a day of it where I can rent out a filming studio or a track or something like that, so that, one, obviously you guys can come up and we can do all the filming for videos and drag races, whatever else, right? But also give you guys effectively a cheap track day alongside it, kind of thing. So I'd really like to do that. The obvious downside is just cost. The film studios that I've talked to and tracks that I've talked to so far are in the thousands of pounds per day. And even if I were to, ask for an entry fee, it's still not gonna easily cover it all. So yeah, it's that's one that I want to work out, but I think at some point, hopefully in the next year, we'll get to that, but we'll see. Of course, like I said, once COVID starts lifting, I should be able to get in touch with more manufacturers, especially via events, and get in with them that way, and therefore be able to start reviewing cars directly from the manufacturers. That will be a very good thing. I'm very much looking forward to that being able to happen. Although, of course, that takes time. Like you may have seen with myself, as I said, main channel, TechTeamUB, I've been doing that for 8 or 9 years. I think it's 9 years in February. So it takes a while. I think it was probably a good year before we even got a review sample, and that was a fan, worth £12. So yeah, it takes a while for you to build those sorts of relationships, to build the numbers that make it worth their time to send out cars, whatever. So yeah, we'll get to it eventually. We'll get to it in time, but for now, we'll be building it up with things like the guides that you've seen, the sort of car tech explained type of stuff, and whatever car reviews I can get in between as well. With that said, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about sort of where I should head? What sort of things I should cover? Are there any topics that you'd like to see me cover that I could potentially do sort of now, as opposed to having to have a specific car to do it or whatever, review a specific car? And actually, what do you think about my plan to get some cars into review in the meantime? And any other suggestions, things that you think I should cover in general, feel free to let me know in those comments down below. Otherwise, thank you for sticking it out. Thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, fair enough, I guess. It's entirely your choice. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying the videos, and I will see you all in 2021, which feels weird considering 2020 has been what feels like a very short year. Feels like we've just, nothing's happened, so yeah, weird. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next year.